Hi everyone, Happy New Year. And it's been quite a while since I've been here, so I hope you guys haven't forgotten me. In case you have, I am Pari from Team TalentZ and I'm back with another session. Usse pehle lekin, how was everyone's New Year? I hope everyone had a great New Year's Eve and New Year. If it wasn't that great, don't worry, we'll make up for it. Now, I know, the past 2 years were like really hard, like 2020 and 2021 were not easy, right? So this year, there's like extra pressure on us to make sure that 2021 is the most productive year ever. So, to help with that, our session today will be centered around the skills required to succeed in 2022. For that, we have with us an incredibly inspiring woman. She's a motivational speaker, an image consultant, public speaking mentor. She is also an author to the best selling book, The Confidence Key, and she has her own podcast. Isn't that cool? Like, you know. So now I will not make you guys wait anymore. Let's get her to join us and let's get started with the interview. Give me a second. Hi, Ms. Sonu. How are
Good.
you? I'm so
I'm great. I'm great, Pari. Thank you for inviting me.
It's a pleasure having you here. Before we start the interview, would you like to tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Definitely. So, good evening, everyone, and thank you so much, TalentZ, for this opportunity that you have called me up on the first week of the new year 2022. So, wish you all a very happy new year. Hope that this new year gives you a lot of prosperity and good health, and you all stay safe. Talking about me, so I am Sonu Singh. I hail from Gurgaon and I am an international certified image consultant and a soft skill trainer. I'm also a corporate trainer with various industries like pharma, technical industries, IT industries, plus educational institutes and universities too. I am also into public speaking and I'm a public speaking coach with individuals and corporates. Plus, I'm also an author with my maiden book called The Confidence Key. The book is already available on Amazon and it's doing great. Apart from all these things, I am a motivational speaker wherein I like to talk about the real facts of life and motivate people, not based on theory or something, but based on my practical experience and exposure, which I have gained throughout my life. Because understand, theory never works. What works is your practical experience. How have you evolved and how you can help others to evolve. I'm also an award winning yeah, I've also won a lot of awards in various categories. I'm also a beauty pageant groomer, and apart from that, I'm a housewife. I'm a mother of a 5-year-old. So I have various work to do, and I manage everything within this 24 hours. And that is what I tell each individual, that you have only 24 hours to spare for yourself. Everything depends on how you actually invest every minute and second of your life. So in short, that was all about me.
You sound like Wonder Woman. How can you do so much? Like, so much in your career while being a housewife and having a kid. So, wow, that hats off to you.
Thank you so much. No, there's nothing Wonder Woman. I think we, each one of us, be it men or be it women, specifically, I will tell about women being a girl, being a woman. I'm very, very attached to this line that don't call us a Wonder Woman. It's just that we are better managers. It's just that we manage our time well. It's just that our every second invested means we want some output from that. Okay. So we are not just doing anything for the sake of doing it. We are investing our every second so that we get some result out of it. And I think women are good into it. I think they are the best.
True. Like time management is like it's not an easy job. Like
Absolutely.
we struggle with it so much. And in the past 2 years with the pandemic, it's like you weren't even realizing where the days were going, and suddenly the year is gone.
Absolutely. Suddenly 2 years have gone and you realize that, oh my God, 2 years have gone and we are at home. We have not moved out. We have not seen any country. We have not seen a life outside. We are in phases, we are going out, and in phases, we are coming back to our homes. Okay. So only thinking about this has given us 2 years of time. Ki 2 saal chale gaye hain, and we are like this. But then, yes, within this 2 years, there are lots who have achieved a lot of things, and there are many who have lost a lot of things. So my heartfelt gratitude with them. But I'm hoping that this new year would bring in some new zeal and enthusiasm within people, so that they understand that it's not about years passing by and months passing by just like that, but you have to invest. You have to invest in your self development. You have to invest in your growth. You have to invest in your personal growth. I mean to say, if you invest in your personal growth, people ask me, how can I earn more? How can I, get my bank balance heavy? See, nothing can get heavy until unless you are investing in yourself. So start investing. I think investment is that word. First on yourself, then invest your money wisely. And I think your bank balance will definitely grow this year.
Hopefully, like, I guess now we've had like 2 years of experience with the pandemic life and everything. So we know enough that with a little bit of help, I guess this we can actually make sure this year will be productive.
Absolutely, absolutely true.
Okay, so let's get started with the interview. My first question for you is very basic. So, just like, could you tell us a little bit about your journey? How you came so far, what all you've done, etc.
Okay, so my journey started. Okay, I'll divide my journey into two parts. One is my personal growth, and one is my professional growth. So my personal growth journey started in the year, I think 2011, when I started working for a corporate. And when I started realizing the fact that just being in your own cocoon will not help you to grow. So as a kid, I was a very shy kid in terms of not being like, I can't talk to people and I'm in my corner. But yes, I used to be a very shy kid who doesn't used to interact with a lot of people, not even teachers, for say कि अगर maths में कुछ नहीं आ रहा है तो नहीं आ रहा है, that's it. I can't go up and talk to her and ask my doubts, because of course there are various other factors to my character. So there were personal factors, there were societal factors, there were factors where I was grown and born up with. So that's a different thing altogether. But yes, as a character, I was a very shy yet very outgoing person. So I was a shy person, but I internally I knew that I want to go out, I want to be in this world. But there was something which pulled me back. There was something which always kept me tied in my toes, saying that no, you can't do it, no, you can't do it. And that was nothing but my own self doubt. Okay, so when I started working, when I started my first job as an executive in a bank with a good payback salary in 2009 and 10, when there was huge recession going on, we got a good package. And I understood that day that it's not about whatever is going on in your situation. Situation can be good, situation can be bad. It's what you actually make out of that situation. From there on, I started my personal growth as a person, wherein understanding that confidence, understanding that your own, breaking your barriers, breaking your self doubt, coming out of your cocoon, talking your heart out, expressing yourself, are all the skills that you actually require to grow, right? Talking about my professional growth. So professionally, as per education, I'm an MBA in human resource, and I have worked in various corporates into training and development itself, and as a generalist HR profile. So while recruitments used to happen, I used to go for campus placements, I used to go for recruitments at various other places. And when young crowd used to come, so I was also very young, I don't say that, but yes, when young crowd like college campuses, when you used to hire, so we used to train them in our orientation. Okay, we used to train them, used to groom them as per our company culture. So that is called the campus to corporate training that we used to do. And I realized one thing, that I also never got that thing in my campus being an MBA. I think even IMs don't have it, even B grade, C grade colleges also don't have it. And that is called that transition phase. That transition phase, every individual understands when that person comes in the corporate. जब वो corporate में आता है, उसकी first day की induction होती है, he understands, oh my God, where have I landed? This is not a hunky-dory place. This is not a campus at all. This is not my college. This is not my campus. This is a different world altogether. I learned it the hard way. I learned it by doing practice. I think everyone learns that way. There is no college, there is no university, there is no course which offers this kind of a course of campus to corporate transition in their own curriculum. So from there on, I started thinking of coming in this field as a trainer. I used to like trainings a lot. I used to do trainings and orientations. So in 2013, when I got married, I shifted to Bangalore. I started working with a corporate again there. But 2016, I stopped everything when my son was born. And I told myself that now it's the time I have to leave this comfort zone of getting every month salary credited in my account. And now I have to do something for my own passion, my own calling. And my calling was into training. So I started training myself. I got my certifications done in 2007, in 2018 and 19. And I started working in 2019 as a freelance trainer, wherein I targeted colleges, universities, campuses, corporates, and everywhere I used to train them for campus to corporate, because that is the thing that I thought that nobody does that. आप corporate में जाके तो आप every corporate के हिसाब से आप turn होता है. आप IT में जाओगे आपको IT वाले अलग चीज बताएंगे, आप pharma में जाओगे आपको pharma वाले अलग orientation देंगे. If you are going in FMCG industry, there are n number of industries that you're working for. Now every individual industry has their own set of doing trainings, right, in their own set of induction, because they want the kids to get engrossed, or they want their kids or the employees to get adjusted to their culture. But I started pitching into colleges and universities that let's do something which is like a common campus to corporate transition, the mindset change that they need, the skills that they actually require amidst any industry that you go. Then I started working for this, and I got 2-3 breakthroughs, and that was really great. Then I started working for corporates, wherein I actually deal with them in image consulting, and also into the communication and brand building aspects, how they can do, and how every employee, how can they enhance their employees into brand building and make them a brand for itself. Because when an individual, be it at an executive level or a CEO level, he is the brand of the company, he is the face of the company. So if the company has 3,000 employees, they are not employees, they are your brand ambassadors. Okay, so if you have 3,000 employees, each 3,000 is your brand ambassador, and that is what I want to convey to them, and that is what trainings I do with them. So this has been my professional growth, and my personal growth, of course, growing from a shy kid to a trainer has been a big transition. And I have penned down this entire journey of mine in a book which is called The Confidence Key, wherein I have talked about 11 key attributes which one requires to become confident. Confidence is not a halo which will appear in anybody's back. Okay, you are not born with it. You actually is a skill. You learn that skill, and each individual is capable of learning that skill. Only thing that they need to know is that attribute. Which are the 11 attributes which you generally need to know to become confident? And this has been coming directly from my heart. It has been coming directly from my own experience. So this has been my journey altogether, from personal front and professional front. So going ahead, the new year looks very lucrative, wherein we are going back again to the same setup of hybrid and all those things, where people require these kinds of skills. Understand, you work face to face with a person, or you work on a hybrid mode, or you work on an online mode. There are certain skills which you actually require every single time uh, to excel in your life, and you can't do without it. That's the whole thing. So this is the entire journey of me being professional and personal life.
Wow, it is such a huge deal, like saying, you said that you were a shy kid and then now you're a motivational speaker. So that's like two far ends of the line, right? So doing.
Absolutely, it's all about how you evolve yourself. And it's and people say that, no, how can an introvert become a good salesperson, how can a shy become a speaker, and all those things. So it has nothing to do with this. These are all, today also, if you have to put me in front of 10,000 people and ask me to talk, the first 5 seconds will be that shy kid who will say that, no, I can't do it. But then you have to work on your skills, you have to work on your mental attribute, you have to work on your mindset, and then go in front and say, no, I will keep that shy kid ahead, and I'll put that confident person ahead in front of this 10,000 people, because they have invested their time and money to come and listen to me. So better I do my job best.
Exactly. Like, I think, the like if someone's an introvert and then they have to, face that situation. So it's not like their introvert part goes away. That part of them stays
No,
with them. It's just you learn to prioritize other things over your comfort zone.
absolutely.
So you mentioned the transitional phase, right? The transition from, be it, you transition many times in life, from school to college, completely different environment, from college to corporate. And you're right, no college prepares anyone, for the corporate environment. That is what we at TalentZ are trying to help people with, because there's so many people who are, more than qualified, but yet they cannot do well because they don't know how to deal
Yeah,
with the world. So that is what
absolutely.
TalentZ is trying to help people with help from people like you, and incredibly inspiring people like you.
Thank you so much. And I think TalentZ is tapping the right market, because this is where the skill gap, or this is where the, gap exists between education and employment. So there is a huge gap. Why is it like there are 5 lakh students educating every year, graduating every year, but only 20% of those 5 lakhs are employable. So there is a lot of gap between the education that we have been provided. No, I don't say that we have been providing stupid education or this education doesn't have a value. Definitely they do. Definitely our certificates have a value, and they do have a lot of value in international market also. But then what we lack is filling in that gap. And that gap is not in your education, that gap is in your skill. The skills that you require to be educated enough to go and do that work. Education can only give you that job कि लो ये काम करो, लेकिन अब उस काम को करना कैसे है? How do you do that job? How do you deal with people? Because you are not dealing with machines. Machines only need inputs. You are dealing with people, and when there are people involved, there are skills involved. That is why it is called people skills. And to just take your 2 minutes of your time and say to you that a study always told that a study done by Harvard School had found out that every successful person in this world, okay, every successful person in this world will always tell you that 85% of your success comes from your people skills, not from your hard skills. Your hard skills only are available to you, or they only work for you in your initial 1 or 2 years of your life. After that, it's your people skills, it's your people management skills, it's your skills which actually we are called as soft skills, but they are not soft at all. They are the hardest to learn, and then they are the hardest to implement, and then they are hardest to continue as consistency. Okay, so these are the hardest skill that you will learn ever in your life, and you will develop it, and it does not come overnight. आप ओवरनाइट पढ़ के पेपर लिख के 90% ला सकते हो, लेकिन ओवरनाइट आप कॉन्फिडेंस या ओवरनाइट आप कम्युनिकेशन या ओवरनाइट आप प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग स्किल नहीं सीख सकते. दैट कम्स विद कंसिस्टेंट प्रैक्टिस, फोकस एंड डेडिकेशन. So when you are into it, when you actually learn these skills, you actually have one half of your work, because you can delegate your work, you can get your work done. Because when you grow up the ladder, it's all about how you manage your people and your skills rather than how you do your job perfectly.
I understand, like, this thing you mentioned, that soft skills cannot be developed overnight, because it is something that you're supposed to adopt in your attitude, even when you're like,
Absolutely.
any other skill is, when you're doing something, you're supposed to do it like that. But soft skills is something that your entire mindset has to change for you to be able to implement them properly.
Yes.
So now I would like to ask you, what was, like, you had an inspiring journey. What was the one incident that you think really, really, changed things for you?
I think to be very true, this pandemic has changed things a lot for me. Okay, so when I started in 2019, it was all about me being in this world wherein, going places, meeting people, presenting yourself, making yourself found out in this crowd was very difficult, because you can't reach out to so many people at one go when you are in a physical kind of thing. But when pandemic happened, to be very true, since it was the beginning of my career, I felt shattered for the first 3 months. I was like, what is happening? Which normally everybody, I think, felt. There was no one human being who felt that, oh, pandemic has hit and I'm so happy. No, there was nobody.
So
Be
maybe
it
like the 10th graders who
professional.
didn't have to give their boards.
Yeah, might be. No, they were also in a doubt what will happen to their career. After 1 2 months, they were fixed. Okay, fine, this is what happened. So yes, students, yes, Kids, yes, that they were happy, but anybody who is looking forward to as a career or anybody who is aspiring, they would think, oh, things have shattered now and I'm at a loss. I'm nowhere. The similar thing was for me, and the pandemic happened. 3 months I was completely shattered, lost what to do, where to start from, because whatever we have learned is classroom training. Okay, whatever we were taught was in the classroom. You have to be present in front of people, you have to be in the classroom, you have to do classroom activities. So everything was in person, but pandemic was nothing in person. It was this screen, this 4 by 2 screen, whatever we see, and that was the whole world came into this simple screen. So 3 months I was lost, but then I thought one day, my son, who was like 3 years old that time, he told, Mama, what are you doing? I said, I'm lost. Then he just blabbery, he told, then find a way. He just casually, he told, then find a way. And I was like, okay, now this is something coming out of a 3-year-old means. So he was very casual in his approach, but it hit me somewhere because I was thinking about something. So understand, कुछ भी ऐसे ही आपको बोला नहीं जाता या कुछ भी ऐसे ही आपको hit नहीं करता है. There has to be some thought process which is going in your mind, in the back of your subconscious mind, and when somebody else tells it to you, it gets strike easily. So that what happened to me, and then I thought, no, I have to pull up my socks, I have to pull up my sleeves, and then I have to start working. And I started working, and I found that, wow, this is so easy. Networking became easy, reaching out to people became easy, delivering become easy, managing my home and my office and my work and my professional life become easy. Yes, of course, social media boomed, but then I was not a very social person, as I told you earlier also. I was a very shy kid. So coming on social media, exploring it, being there, getting 10,000, 12,000, 10K followers was never my cup of tea. But then today, after 6 months down the line, so almost 9 months have passed away, 3 months in thinking and 6 months in planning. Now I was ready enough to start again coming back to the industry. And within a year, I think my life completely changed. So starting November 2020 till date, my life has completely changed, being the work that I do, or being an author, or being into social media, making a presence felt on LinkedIn, getting inbound work. So everything has changed, and it has all happened not because that I was very, very focused and over there, only because of my consistency. That's it. It's nothing that I was too much giving time to every aspect of my life, because I have 10 different things to handle, and I have to equate my time equally to everything, because a 5-year-old also requires my attention, and this 3-year-old baby of mine also required my attention. That is my business. So managing both was a tough task, but I think the pandemic changed me as a person and the way I work, and I'm very, very thankful to it.
I'm sure you've done a commendable job, because so many of us look back to the past 2 years and we feel like we didn't do anything. Like, you didn't grow at all. Most people are looking back at their 2 years thinking this only. So the fact that you've done so much is like a commendable job, truly.
Thank you so much, Pari. That was coming from you is very, very sweet. When I see youngsters like you who are actually spending their time mindfully, when they're actually investing their time in learning, when they're investing their time in such kind of activities which gives back to the society for their own learning and also the society, I feel that the future is bright. So yeah.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. So you mentioned you talked about being an image consultant. So I think that is a career that doesn't get talked about or picked a lot in India. Not many people even know about it. So what would be
Absolutely.
something you would tell someone who is, looking at that as their career choice?
Definitely. So image consulting is still a baby in terms of as per the India market is concerned. People don't understand what image consulting is all about, because what they understand, image is just the way you look. Okay, so this is what their image is. Their image about image. Okay, their image about image is. When I talk about I'm an image consultant, they definitely go and say, "Oh, are you a stylist? Are you just giving me clothes to wear, or are you a personality development groomer and all those things?" So I say, is only your image dependent on these two factors? If you wear good clothes, right, do you feel that you are the most confident enough, and then you can go about it for the whole year? The answer would be no, right? Because that is not the case. Otherwise, or the personality. So what in personality do you want to change? Your personality is from your head to toe, inside out. Okay, so there are 10 different things about your personality, and if you don't know what you want to change, then that does not, then you don't know yourself. So if I have to simplify image for anybody who wants to have an image consultant done, is that image is nothing but your perceived value in the minds of others. Your perceived value in the minds of others, because that is what you are looking forward to, right? आपको दूसरों से credibility चाहिए, आपको दूसरों से input chahiye ki yeah, I'm looking good, I'm doing good, I'm being good. You never give yourself that credibility. First start giving yourself that credibility that you are looking good, you are doing good, you are performing good, you are achieving good. Then only others will start perceiving you like that. So first and foremost, image is all about you. It does not mean outside, inside, nothing. दोनों चीजें हमें change करनी पड़ती है, starting from your mindset till your grooming, to your appearance, to the way you talk, to the way you walk, to the way even you sit, stand, everything, to the way you think even, right? So image is everything that you want others to think about you. So if you want others to think that you are the CEO of a company, better you start dressing up like a CEO of a company. You start talking like him, you start walking like him, you start presenting yourself like that. So that is what image does to you. When you understand yourself, when you understand that what you want others to look up to you, then only you will start focusing on your image consultancy or image or as per an image altogether. So image is nothing but your perceived value. How would you like to be valued by others? In the most simplest form, कि आपको, आप कैसे चाहते हो? आप शाहरुख खान दिखना चाहते हो, आप सलमान खान दिखना चाहते हो, आप अमिताभ बच्चन दिखना चाहते हो? These are three very different personality in the same industry, but they have different personality, they have different aura, and it's all because of their image, nothing else.
Of course, and if you need to make someone else believe that you are this specific person, you need to believe in that yourself first.
First, you need to start believing you yourself that I am that person.
Yes.
Okay, so it's always told that, you know, dress for your success, but I always tell that dress for the success you need. So if you want to be the CEO of a company, dress like that today. If you want to be a cabin crew, so there are many girls who come for a cabin crew interviews or for fashion or for anything. I said first start believing, seeing, and dressing like that. Now that does not mean that you start completely doing overdo everything. No, that does not mean that. What you have to do is you always are present today, but you dress like the future. So if I have to come and talk to you today, if I have to connect with your audience, I cannot be in a three-piece suit and a high ponytail and I sit strictly and say that, okay, now I'm going to give an interview. I can't be that. Okay, I have to be, because TalentZ is focusing on students, TalentZ is focusing on the new generation uh, audience who connect to people who are like them. So if I start talking about hi-fi funders and heavy words, then you will not connect with me. I have to be a mix. Okay, so you have to just start thinking what image do you want to portray, and then you have to rest, align everything else according to it.
True, very true. So in the pandemic, I am sure there must have been like, multiple times when like you were doing so much, there must have been so many times when you felt like this is pointless, like you must have lost all hope. How did you deal with that?
That's the most easiest thing to do.
Really?
When you lose all hope, just leave everything. Okay, I always say people think अरे ये तो बहुत ही बड़ा काम. No, it's not. You have to simplify things in life. Okay, you have to simplify things in life, because change happens when simple thing changes. Change does not happen when a big thing changes. Okay, so जब volcano erupt होता है, it leaves behind something, very little things which makes the change. It's not the volcano eruption which has done, but the thing which has laid behind it. So when that volcano from you erupted, that everything is bullshit, what I'm doing and this and that. Yes, when I see people growing at 100K on social media, I feel lost. Yeah, I'm also putting in that much of effort, but I don't grow. When I see people getting 10 different awards, but I got only one, I feel lost. When I see people that they are doing so many everyday trainings, I feel lost. But then you have to stop somewhere.
True.
And the easiest way is The day you feel lost like that and you feel that all hope is over and you don't have anything, just stop doing everything.
Give
Just
yourself.
stop doing everything. Take a break, because that is the moment your brain is telling you that you have exhausted yourself, and your heart is telling that you don't believe in yourself. Okay, so this is a signal. This is a signal from your brain and your heart saying that you have exhausted me, and your heart is saying that you have not done anything, right? And you are torturing me too much to achieve all these things. But you have to understand your limits. You have your limit, but that does not mean you stay within that limit.
Of
You
course.
have to be aware about your limits. You have to be aware about how much you can extract out of yourself. Every individual is very different. Everybody cannot be Einstein. Everybody cannot be Rabindranath Tagore. Everyone cannot be Mark Zuckerberg. Everyone cannot be Steve Jobs. So you have to understand what is your limit. You have to understand till how much can you stretch. You have to understand you are doing your best. Okay. So when you feel lost and all hope and all darwaza आपको लगता है कि सब बंद हो गया है, stop doing everything right then. Take a break. Now that break can be as long as 1 day to 1 month to 1 year. This again depends on the person's recovery rate. I can't judge people based on what. So when I feel that nothing is working for me it's like a 1 week. So I have to take a 1 week break from everything else, and I have to start refocusing on things as to what am I doing and how am I doing it. And the second thing that you need to do in that break is not just take a break, chill pill, and sleep. You have to reanalyze your way of doing things. You have to study other people, what are they doing. You have to study their life, what is their limitation and what is their boundary. Now, their limitation and their boundary would be very, very different from mine. So my limitations is I have a 5-year-old, I have a house, I have a family to take care of. Okay, I have only 2 to 3 hours to invest in my life. Now, comparing myself to my peer who has a grown-up child who's already studying in America, she has nothing to do but only this. Or she's not even married, she's very young, she's not even married, she has the whole time in her life, so she's doing this, right? So you have to always understand that the grass looks greener on the other side every single day, but your grass is also greener. Your grass is also, very fertile. Your grass is also that much, flowery. It can give you flowers depending on the time you have to invest.
You have to stop over
Okay, so
exhausting
never
yourself.
think that yes. So never think that you have lost hope, you don't have anything, you don't have anything to go. Analyze. When you don't analyze yourself, when you don't understand your potential, when you don't understand your limit and your extension to how much you can extend, you can't do anything. So just take a break, chill for 1 2 days, start analyzing things, start working backwards, start understanding your peers and your competitors. I will not say competitors because that is a very negative term. So understand your peers, what are they doing different, how are they managing time, and then you can also implement the same thing in your life and see what change it comes to your life.
Wow. Okay, so my next question for you is, what do you think are the basic skills that everyone needs to succeed in 2022?
Absolutely. So I was just waiting for this question to come. Okay, so now this is not about only 2022, but these skills are necessary for you as a human to succeed in life. So any transition in your life or any threshold in your life, be it from college to campus, or from your campus to corporate, then from your corporate to different ladders that you scale up in the corporate till the time you achieve your pinnacle of success and the lifetime that you have, even in your personal life. So single, bachelor, relationships, you're moving out of country, you are getting into a new scope or new work, transition from industries. So these are certain skills which I'll talk about. These are the 7 skills basically that I will talk about, which you require to excel in any phase of your life. Okay, so the first one would be on, of course, the communication skill. But the communication skill also, I would emphasize more on listening skills. The more you are able to listen correctly or listen well, the more you are able to respond correctly. Because until unless we have a habit of just to listen and react, we listen to actually give back an opinion of ours, but that should not be the case. You should listen with an intent that you are listening that person so that you can give him a response which he or she is looking forward to and not what you think you want to give. And of course, communication skills में सब कुछ आ जाता है. Your written communication, your verbal, non-verbal, your body language, your oral communication, your sign language, everything comes into that question. But yes, in communication, the first one being the communication skill, and that too listening skills. The second one, which is very, very important in today's world, is problem solving. And why will I say is everybody knows the problem. Everybody knows that there is a problem. When you enter the corporate, when you enter campuses, when you enter any kind of a workforce, when you enter any relationship even, there is a problem and everybody is aware of that problem. And nobody is looking here for a problem statement repeater. What they are looking forward to as a person or as a corporate or as even into relationship or as your personal growth is how can you solve that problem? Do you have any technique which can solve that problem? Even the minute and there are times when the stupidest of your idea can solve a big problem. Now, when you see, just to give you an example, if you have seen a Surf Excel ad which says "Daag achhe hai," that came out from the stupidest of the idea that बच्चों को कीचड़ में डाल दो and they say "Daag achhe," so that our brand is doing the work. Don't let the kids not play in the mud, but our brand, as a brand, we will help you take care of your clothes. Let the kids play. That was the stupidest thing that they have thought of, but their sales increased. So there would be some problem solver in that group who had given this idea.
Someone
Okay?
who thinks
So
out of
problem solving is another. Absolutely, problem solving. The problem is more important. Stating that problem, everybody knows the problem. I know my problem. You know my problem. Even the CEO of the company knows the corporate problem. But then, can you solve it? The third thing, which would be, is critical thinking. Thinking, we all are doing. We all are thinking. Positive thinking, negative thinking. We all are doing a lot. There are various kinds of thinking that we are doing. But what we are looking forward, or what the society or the employment industry is looking forward to, is people with critical analysis thinking. And that is why it is said that engineers get more job than normal graduates. It's just because of this aspect, that engineers have this critical thinking or analysis aspect. So are you a good critical thinker? Can you critically analyze things and give that solution? The fourth thing comes up is teamwork. But with teamwork also, I'll add one thing which is called delegation. You have to be a team player. Understand, one person, if you're fighting alone, you can just win a hill or a top. But if you're fighting with a team, you can win a fort. So what are you aiming forward to? Do you want to win the fort, or are you happy with the hill itself? So you have to be a team player, but then you also should know, if you are in the higher hierarchy range, whom to delegate which kind of work. So if you are good in delegation, if you can choose the right person to do the right job, then your half of the work has been done. Okay, so teamwork and delegation becomes your fourth most important skill that you should be working on. The fifth most important skill comes up is negotiation. You have learned negotiation since childhood. My 3-year-old, my 5-year-old can negotiate with me for his phone time. For his phone time, he can negotiate 1 hour with me and sit and say, I want this phone time, I will do these things. Okay. So we all are learning this negotiation skills, but as life happens, as we go outside in the world, we are said, no, you should not do that, or you should not bargain much, you should not do this, you should not do that. So that power comes down. We should not be doing that. So your negotiation, the way you negotiate your salary, the way you negotiate with your vendors, the maximum profit, the win-win situation that you can create. And in negotiation also, don't think that you will only be the winner. You always have to think of a negotiation skill with the window of a win-win situation, wherein you also are the winner and the person in front with whom you are negotiating also wins. Because when you do a hard negotiation and you get a lose-lose or a win-lose kind of a situation, it does not go long. Relationships are not built on those factors. So if you want to maintain relationship, if you want to grow in relationship, personal or professional, negotiation becomes a very important factor. Then we talk about organization and management. So as a person, if you are well organized in thoughts, in work, and in execution, you become a good manager also one day. Okay, you have good managerial skills if you can organize your thoughts really, really well. And the final one, I think which tops everything is confidence. If you don't have confidence in your own self, if you don't have confidence in the work that you do, if you don't have confidence in the words that you say, if you don't have confidence in your own mind of the person that you are, I think everything goes for a toss. So confidence again becomes a very integral part of your life for you to excel. And these skills are like bolte hain golden skills. They are for lifelong. It's not about 2022, it's not about 2023. You might be working 10, 15, 20 years down the line. In 2050 you might be sitting and saying, I'm working with machines, but still you need these skills for you to become successful in your life. So these are the 7 skills which you should be working on, and you should be doing it in a daily practice so that you become much more efficient in whatever work you are doing.
No, I definitely agree. I think these are a few very basic things that people usually don't, really think of as something that's so important. But actually, these things really
Yes.
make a huge impact.
Absolutely. So, Pari, I'll just let you know one thing, that simple things only makes a huge difference. Okay. These are basic things, but today in the world of AI, intelligence, machine learning, people say, ye pad lo, ye kar lo, ye kar lo. Hey, kya karna hai? Hum robots to bana rahe, but robots at one point of time also will have these kinds of skills. You have to put them inside there. Okay, so machine learning, data. In terms of hard skills, if you ask me that what hard skills will take you ahead in your career, then of course machine learning hai. Data is one important thing which has become like a gold mine. So companies with huge number of data are like minting gold like anything. Okay, so data analytics ho gaya, machine learning ho gaya, artificial intelligence hai. All these skills have become cloud computing hai. All these skills are really important if you want to learn new skills in terms of hard skills and grow in life. But then these soft skills will only will help you excel in your life. And that is why when I talk about skills that you require in 2022 to grow, it's not about 2022, but for your lifetime these skills will help you grow, because hard skills will come and go. Okay, artificial intelligence, at one day it has been done, now it has dusted. Earlier I think learning C and Java and all this .NET were फैड और टर्म्स जो होता था कि ये सीखो तो आपको ग्रोथ मिलेगी. But then अब वो पीछे हो गए. Now it's all about Python, it's all about AI, it's all about machine learning, it's all about all these aspects. So every time new skills in hard skills comes up and goes, so you have to be always updated. But these are your basics which you should start learning from your college, which you should start learning from your undergrad, because this is only how, till the time you reach that corporate ladder, you can get these skills ingrained within you. You cannot start learning in the corporate. You have to start this very, very early in your life.
True, very true. Because all of the other things that you learn, everything shifts. Like you said, C++ tha pehle, now it's Python. So like the attention shifts. But these are things that are going to
Yeah,
stay with you forever. These are the evergreen skills. That's something you're always going to
absolutely.
need.
Absolutely.
Wow, I think that was a great interview. Now I have like this fun little question because we were so focused on, the new year 2022. So I wanted to ask you, New Year resolution. So now people have very conflicted opinions about this one thing. It's a really tiny
Yeah.
thing that most people do every year. So do you believe in them? If yes, then what were your New Year resolutions? And if no, then why don't you?
Okay, New Year resolution has been a very funny thing, as you always told. So as a kid, I used to always believe in New Year resolution, and हम diary में proper लिखते थे कि what would be our New Year resolution for this whole year, and then we used to start going in and with the full zeal कि नहीं नहीं ये तो करना है, अब तो इस साल achieve करना है. But by I think 15th of January, the resolution is only always to go. कि भाई अब तो हो गया, अब नहीं होगा हमसे इससे ज़्यादा. Okay, so there's a very funny thing, and this year I thought, let me just have a LinkedIn post regarding it. So my first post on the new year was, don't have a new year resolution. See, it's not about new year resolution. Okay, the concept of resolution started by some people who used to say कि नहीं, कुछ नया साल है, कुछ नया करते हैं. So there's a resolution which starts and we will continue doing this whole year. But it's not a cup of tea for everyone. Okay, I agree to it. फिर लोगों ने बोला अच्छा रेजोल्यूशन नहीं, गोल सेट करते हैं, वेरी टॉप गोल करते हैं, विजन रखते हैं, विजन बोर्ड बनाते हैं. all big words, and then as followers, as blind followers, we all follow these facts कि हाँ goals बनाने हैं, goals बना के हमें achieve करने हैं. But my point is, don't do anything. Don't make a new resolution. Don't have a goal. Don't have a vision. Just have that one particular, focus. What you want from your life. If you know what you want from your life, then you will definitely have a plan for it. And when you have a plan for it, you will definitely work for it. चाहे वो न्यू ईयर हो, मिड ईयर हो, लास्ट ईयर हो, नेक्स्ट ईयर हो, doesn't make a difference. Okay, so from December we have come to January. Again from January we'll go to December. Again from December we'll go to January. Years will keep changing. But if you are not able to achieve that one single focus which you have thought for yourself within 1 year, within 1 month, then how will you continue the whole year?
True.
Okay, so don't do all these things. Don't get burdened by all this pressure of a resolution or a goal or a vision. Just have one simple thing, just one statement. Affirm yourself what you want to achieve in this life, in this entire life. अब उसको अचीव करने के लिए मुझे 1 महीने लगे, 6 महीने लगे, मुझे साल लगे या मुझे 10 साल लगे, I have to be consistent. I have to keep my focus. I have to keep my plans ready. If plan A is not working, I have to work on plan B. If B is not working, I have to work on plan C. So that is how you keep yourself motivated, and that is how you keep yourself moving ahead in life. It's not about resolutions. I don't say don't keep it. Please have it. I also have one that this year I will be focusing more on my health rather than anything else, which every year I have, but then every year by mid I have to leave it with some or the other reason. But now I am focusing more on having a healthy life rather than any kind of a fad or any kind of a fashion to follow. But yes, eat well, sleep well, exercise well, have a healthy lifestyle, have a healthy body and a mind. That is more important. Your mind should be very healthy in terms of thinking good, in reading good, in investing in good knowledge, be it even coming from cartoons. Okay, if you are watching cartoons also, they have good knowledge to share to your kids. It's not mandatory that you watch those stupid cartoons and you give them a habit of that only. It's all about your choices, the choice that you have. And between your ambition and your the zeal to achieve something, there's a word which is called choice. You have to achieve, you have to focus on what you choose to do with your life. That's it for the new year. And yes, this year again, beginning of the year, we are hearing a lot of things. So please focus on your health, please focus on your mental well-being, your physical well-being, and your emotional well-being. Rest of the things will definitely come at place, because if you are focused mentally, physically, and emotionally, I think your career, your schooling, your education, your bank balance, your career, your growth, your fame, everything comes behind it. Simple. Keep it simple.
Agreed. Definitely agreed. Wow. So I had an amazing time talking to you. Thank you so much for being here with us. I think I learned a lot. I am sure our audience did too. It was just a pleasure having you here with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Pari. It was really my own pleasure that beginning of the year, I got such a beautiful opportunity from TalentZ that you all called me as a guest, and I was able to give you some insight. And even one person changes or one person finds insightful, I think my job is done. I'm not here to say that, until unless 1,000 people get affected, I am not a good speaker. If even one person gets affected or even one person has that, takeaway from my speech, I think my work is done. And I would definitely tell each one of people who are listening anywhere on any social media platform, please do follow TalentZ, because I think they have amazing content, they have amazing learning journey, and they are bringing in lots and lots of experts for you, for your own development and growth. So do follow them on any social media platform wherever you are watching this interview.
Thank you so much. That means a lot coming from you.
Thank you so much, Pari. That was really amazing.
Okay, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's session and learned something, hopefully. Now I know, it was all centered toward 2022 because, last 2 years have been hard. You cannot deny it. And again, COVID is starting. So, you know that you might not be able to go out again. So the best way to, keep yourself on track is go and follow TalentZ on all our social media profiles. And yeah, since we talked about New Year's resolutions, comment below what were yours and if you've been able to follow them till now. Okay. See you in our next session. Bye bye. Have a great New Year.